go, Jen.
I know. Hold on.
Mom, where are we going together?
See, the first time I came here with your mom, this water came all the way up to almost the top of the basement. Yeah. You see where all the white is? That's where the water level used to be.
Bruh.
This is how far it went down. I'm going to take a picture of this. Alright, Jen, you ready?
Hoover Dam is a concrete arch gravity dam in the Black Canyon of the Colorado River, on the border between the U.S. states of Nevada and Arizona. It was constructed between 1931 and 1936 during the Great Depression and was dedicated on September 30, 1935, by President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Its construction was the result of a massive effort involving thousands of workers, and cost over 100 lives. It was referred to as Hoover Dam after President Herbert Hoover and bills passed by Congress during its construction, but was named Boulder Dam by the Roosevelt administration. The Hoover Dam name was restored by Congress in 1947.
We gotta walk down, park so far away from it now. But you can see where the water level has gone way down. The first time I came here was in 2002, and the water came all the way to the top. And then the next time I came here, years later, it's like, oh my God, what happened to all the water? So we gotta park way over here. It's probably like a long giant walk. We used to park at that parking garage over there.
But it's closed.
No, now this has all been made into the parking.
Since about 1900, the Black Canyon and nearby Boulder Canyon had been investigated for their potential to support a dam that would control floods, provide irrigation water and produce hydroelectric power. In 1928, Congress authorized the project. The winning bid to build the dam was submitted by a consortium called Six Companies Incorporated, which began construction of the dam in early 1931. Such a large concrete structure had never been built before, and some of the techniques were unproven. The torrid summer weather and lack of facilities near the site also presented difficulties. Nevertheless, Six Companies turned the dam over to the federal government on March 1, 1936, more than 2 years ahead of schedule.
Sometimes I stop the filming just so I can get a picture out of it.
Hoover Dam impounds Lake Mead, the largest reservoir in the United States by volume when full. The dam is located near Boulder City, Nevada, a municipality originally constructed for workers on the construction project, about 30 miles, 48 kilometers, southeast of Las Vegas, Nevada. The dam's generators provide power for public and private utilities in Nevada, Arizona, and California. Hoover Dam is a major tourist attraction. Nearly 1 million people tour the dam each year. The heavily traveled U.S. Route 93, US 93, ran along the dam's crest until October 2010, when the Hoover Dam bypass opened. As the United States developed the Southwest, the Colorado River was seen as a potential source of irrigation water. An initial attempt at diverting the river for irrigation purposes occurred in the late 1890s, when land speculator William Beatty built the Alamo Canal just north of the Mexican border. The canal dipped into Mexico before running to a desolate area Beatty named the Imperial Valley. Though water from the Imperial Canal allowed for the widespread settlement of the valley, the canal proved expensive to operate.
Actually, I got pictures. I gotta find them. That shows I took a picture of this, and you can see the water was all the way up, which is where it should have been. Should be.
After a catastrophic breach that caused the Colorado River to fill the Salton Sea, the Southern Pacific Railroad spent $3 million in 1906-07 to stabilize the waterway, an amount it hoped in vain would be reimbursed by the federal government.
Right now we're on the Arizona side.
Even after the waterway was stabilized, It proved unsatisfactory because of constant disputes with landowners on the Mexican side of the border. As the technology of electric power transmission improved, the lower Colorado was considered for its hydroelectric power potential. In 1902, the Edison Electric Company of Los Angeles surveyed the river in the hope of building a 40-foot, 12 meters, rock dam which could generate 10,000 horsepower, 7,500 kilowatts. However, at the time, the limit of transmission of electric power was 80 miles, 130 kilometers, and there were few customers, mostly mines, within that limit. Edison allowed land options it held on the river to lapse, including an option for what became the site of Hoover Dam. In the following years, the Bureau of Reclamation, BOR, known as the Reclamation Service at the time, also considered the lower Colorado as the site for a dam. Service Chief Arthur Powell Davis proposed using dynamite to collapse the walls of Boulder Canyon, 20 miles, 32 kilometers, north of the eventual dam site, into the river. The river would carry off the smaller pieces of debris, and a dam would be built incorporating the remaining rubble. In 1922, after considering it for several years, the Reclamation Service finally rejected the proposal, citing doubts about the unproven technique and questions as to whether it would, in fact, save money.
Accidentally drops it.
Hope not.
I wonder how many people drop their phones in each year.
Or just drop things that they want to drop, like murder weapons.
That's true.
But at the rate this thing is going down, it won't be hidden for long.
In 1922, the Reclamation Service presented a report calling for the development of a dam on the Colorado River for flood control and electric power generation. The report was principally authored by Davis, and was called the Fall-Davis Report after Interior Secretary Albert Fall. The Fall-Davis report cited use of the Colorado River as a federal concern because the river's basin covered several states, and the river eventually entered Mexico. Though the Fall-Davis report called for a dam at or near Boulder Canyon, the Reclamation Service, which was renamed the Bureau of Reclamation the following year, found that canyon unsuitable. One potential site at Boulder Canyon was bisected by a geologic fault. Two others were so narrow there was no space for a construction camp at the bottom of the canyon or for a spillway. The service investigated Black Canyon and found it ideal. A railway could be laid from the railhead in Las Vegas to the top of the dam site. Despite the site change, the dam project was referred to as the Boulder Canyon Project. With little guidance on water allocation from the Supreme Court, proponents of the dam feared endless litigation.
Now my drink is hot.
Yeah, this heat will make it hot really quick.
Delph Carpenter, a Colorado attorney, proposed that the 7 states which fell within the river's basin, California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, New Mexico, Colorado and Wyoming, form an interstate compact, with the approval of Congress. Such compacts were authorized by Article I of the United States Constitution but had never been concluded among more than 2 states. In 1922, representatives of 7 states met with then Secretary of Commerce Herbert Hoover. Initial talks produced no result, but when the Supreme Court handed down the Wyoming v. Colorado decision undermining the claims of the upstream states, they became anxious to reach an agreement. The resulting Colorado River Compact was signed on November 24, 1922. Legislation to authorize the dam was introduced repeatedly by 2 California Republicans, Representative Phil Swing and Senator Hiram Johnson, but representatives from other parts of the country considered the project as hugely expensive and one that would mostly benefit California. The 1927 Mississippi flood made Midwestern and Southern congressmen and senators more sympathetic toward the dam project. On March 12, 1928, the failure of the St. Francis Dam, constructed by the city of Los Angeles, caused a disastrous flood that killed up to 600 people. as that dam was a curved gravity type, similar in design to the arch gravity as was proposed for the Black Canyon Dam. Opponents claimed that the Black Canyon Dam's safety could not be guaranteed. Congress authorized a board of engineers to review plans for the proposed dam. The Colorado River Board found the project feasible, but warned that should the dam fail, every downstream Colorado River community would be destroyed, and that the river might change course and empty into the Salton Sea. The board cautioned, to avoid such possibilities, the proposed dam should be constructed on conservative if not ultra-conservative lines. On December 21, 1928, President Coolidge signed the bill authorizing the dam. The Boulder Canyon Project Act appropriated $165 million for the project along with the downstream Imperial Dam and All-American Canal, a replacement for Beatty's Canal entirely on the U.S. side of the border. It also permitted the compact to go into effect when at least 6 of the 7 states approved it. This occurred on March 6, 1929. With Utah's ratification, Arizona did not approve it until 1944.
Marked on the yellow band are significant historical periods, starting with the completion of the Eastern Pyramids in 2700 BC.
Where he is. What's your sign?
Leo.
The biblical Star of Egypt. Next is the star that
Here's
represents
me.
the birth of Christ, starting the
This one's me.
era and progressing to the actual day and time and dedication,
Whoa.
September 30th,
Steers.
1935. By following
And
the
this is
wheel of
yours.
time around to the back of the monument, you will locate Vega, which has become the North Star thousands of years into the future. The igneous rock that the winged figures of the Republic rest upon is called black diorite. Like all the building materials used in the construction of the dam, this rock came from one of the then 48 states. More precisely, it came from a location near Santa Ana, California. The winged figures are made of statuary bronze. The castings are over 30 feet tall.
I got pictures that I took of your mom up there, and on this stair thing here. This is the end of the line for you and me, and then we'll go back that way. Because everything else is closed.
Yeah.
Holy cow. It's so different now. Okay. Nice. I like it like this. It's quiet time. No one's rushing us.
There were 112 deaths reported as associated with the construction of the dam. The first was surveyor John Gregory, J.G. Tierney, who drowned on December 20, 1922, in a flash flood, while looking for an ideal spot for the dam. The official list's final death occurred on December 20, 1935, when Patrick Tierney, electrician's helper and the son of J.G. Tierney, fell from one of the 2 Arizona side intake towers. Included in the fatality list are 3 workers who took their own lives on site, 1 in 1932 and 2 in 1933. Of the 112 fatalities, 91 were 6 companies' employees, 3 were Bureau of Reclamation employees, and 1 was a visitor to the site. The remainder were employees of various contractors not part of 6 companies.
It depicts the 12 signs of the zodiac and indicates magnetic north from Hoover Dam.
So hot.
Continue to the concrete building for more exhibits and information on the Bureau of Reclamation of the Colorado River.
See, what I would have you do
The replica of the statue.
but I can't. So if you ever come here again with somebody and they don't know about it, wait, take them over here and say, I'll give you $100 if you can spill water here. And they'll think, really? That's easy. And next thing you know, it's going to be all in their face. What do you think of the Hoover Dam?
Pretty nice. Except the water's all dried up.
Where's the damn gift shop around here?
Closed.
Do they get any damn food? Here you gotta use damn before everything.
Damn.
It sounds like, I think it was on National Lampoon's Vacation. They went to the dam and he kept saying, we're gonna get some damn food around here.
Didn't Zach like get his attention for saying that in class?
Yeah, I guess it depends.
96 of the deaths occurred during construction at the site. Not included in the official number of fatalities were deaths that were recorded as pneumonia. Workers alleged that this diagnosis was a cover for death from carbon monoxide poisoning, brought on by the use of gasoline-fueled vehicles in the diversion tunnels, and a classification used by 6 companies to avoid paying compensation claims. The site's diversion tunnels frequently reached 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 60 degrees Celsius, enveloped in thick plumes of vehicle exhaust gases. A total of 42 workers were recorded as having died from pneumonia and were not included in the above total. None were listed as having died from carbon monoxide poisoning. No deaths of non-workers from pneumonia were recorded in Boulder City during the construction period.